Hello students, I hope you all are safe and having a good time. So let's discuss our previous assignment first, then we'll start with English language in this video. Okay, so let's get started. Now you were supposed to do page number 13 and page number 14, but the exercise on page number 13 starts from page number 12. Spelling. Read this sentence. Note the words in color. Ballu, let's go and find Mowgli. The word let's is the short form of let us. When two words are combined by using an apostrophe, this is the sign of apostrophe, to replace the omitted letters, we call it a contraction. Contract means to make it small. Examples. It is becomes its. What is, after contraction it becomes what's. Cannot becomes can't. I am becomes am. Okay? Now, rewrite each sentence using a contraction for the underlined words. One has been done for you. Aman did not pay any attention to anything else. Aman didn't pay any attention to anything else. So did not became didn't. I am very hungry. I am very hungry becomes I'm very hungry. Okay. So now the next sentence is, where is the box which had all the papers? The where is becomes where's. Okay. Fourth, they are not sure why she is leaving tomorrow. Are not becomes aren't. They aren't sure. Seema could not believe that she had cleared the exam. Could not becomes couldn't. Seema couldn't believe that she had cleared the exam. Let us ask them if the school will remain open tomorrow. Let us becomes let's. Let's ask them. Is not the parking full? What will we do now? Is not becomes isn't. Isn't the parking full? What will we do now? Next is, we cannot win this match. Cannot becomes can't. We can't win this match. Now page number 14. Look at the picture. First make a list of words that you can think of when looking at the picture. Then use those words and write 5 sentences to describe the picture. This you have to do completely on your own, because this is going to be a good practice for your composition also. So students, in your the last part of your assignment, that is the picture which I had just shown you of a tiger and a man hugging each other. In that picture, you are supposed to make a list of words that comes to your mind when you look at the picture. So that is actually the best way of writing a composition or writing a para or writing sentences on a picture if given in the examination. So what you need to do is, suppose you are given any topic, XYZ, any topic. You have to write, you have to write at least 10 words. If you are given 10 sentences, so you have to write at least 10 words that comes to your mind looking at that picture or looking at that word. Okay, suppose the word is rain. So what all comes to your mind? Clouds, water droplets, umbrella, then many things, rain boots and all, it comes to your mind, no? So while framing sentences, you can use one word for each sentence. So that makes it very easy to write composition. Alright? So students, today in English language, we'll learn about sentences. It is very important to know how a proper sentence is formed, because this is going to help your written English and spoken English. Okay. Let's get started. Sentences. What is a sentence now? A group of words that make sense is called a sentence. It starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Always remember this thing, that a sentence is a group of words that make sense. Okay, and it always starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Now let's see example here. Game popular is football. So all these words are jumbled. So it is not making any sort of sense. So we have to put all the words in a proper way so that it makes complete sense, and also it should start with a capital letter and end with a full stop. So now, football is a popular game. Now does this statement make a sense? Yes, it does. And also it starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Let's take another example. Football children play to love. This also doesn't make any sense. And it also doesn't start with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. So now let's make it a proper sentence. Children love to play football. It makes complete sense. It starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Now, parts of a sentence. Let's see with example. Rishi likes ice cream. The dog is playing with a ball. Annie is wearing a new dress. So, can you see Rishi, the dog, and Annie over here? So Rishi, the dog, and Annie are the persons or things being talked about in the sentences. So in the sentences that we have just read, Rishi, the dog, and Annie are the people or are the things we are talking about. So the things or the people or person or people or thing we talk about in a sentence is known as the subject. Okay? The words like likes ice cream, is playing with the ball, and is wearing a new dress tells us more about the subjects. Rishi likes ice cream. The dog is playing with the ball. Annie is wearing a new dress. So, likes ice cream, is playing with the ball, and is wearing a new dress. It tells us, it gives us more information about the person or things we are talking about. So, this is known as the subject. This part of this is known as the predicate. This part of the sentences is called the predicate. Okay? The subject is the person or things we talk about. And the predicate is the information that is given about that person or thing, like and this. Okay? Let's take more example. The painting is beautiful. So we are talking about a thing. What? The painting. So the painting is the subject. And the information that is given about the subject is beautiful is the predicate. Alright? Now let's see types of sentences. So now the first type of sentence is an assertive sentence, which is also known as a declarative sentence. It gives information or states an idea. It gives information or states an idea. It ends with the full stop. It starts with a capital letter, that you know every sentence starts with a capital letter, but it ends with the full stop. For example, I love eating carrots. Any sentence that gives some sort of information or declares something is known as assertive or declarative sentence. Okay? For example, my name is Arna. So this also, it gives some sort of information. So that is also an assertive or declarative sentence. Alright? Next is negative sentence. It contains negative words such as cannot, which is also known as can't, do not, or don't. Do not is also known as don't. A negative sentence ends with a full stop. Negative words. What are the negative words? That has no or not in it. So any sentence that contains such words like can't or don't are known as negative sentences. It always ends with a full stop. I don't want to go to school. So here don't is there, it means it is a negative sentence. I don't like ice cream. I can't swim. So don't like ice cream, do not like ice cream, not is there. And I can't swim, can't, cannot. So not is there again. So these all kind of sentences are negative sentences. Next is an interrogative sentence. It asks a question. It ends with a question mark. The sentences where question is asked, such kind of sentences are known as interrogative sentences. It always starts with a capital letter, but it always ends with a question mark. Alright? Example, where is Punit? So here question is asked, so that's why it starts with a capital letter and ends with a question mark. What is your name? Again, a question is asked, so it has to end with a question mark. Alright? Moving to the next type of sentence, an imperative sentence. It gives command or makes a request. It ends with a full stop. Any sentence that gives a command or a request is made in any sort of sentence, that is known as imperative sentence. It always starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Example is be quiet. Okay, so this is a command, be quiet. So it will end with a full stop. You students also know when teachers, they send you to washroom. So when you come back to the class, what do you ask teachers? Ma'am, may I enter the class? So may, that is permission. You seek permission, no? Right? So that also comes in imperative sentence. Okay, it also ends with a full stop. That is a request. Right? Now is an exclamatory sentence. It expresses a strong feeling. It ends with an exclamation mark. Any sentence that expresses a strong feeling is known as exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence ends with an exclamation mark. I fell down. Did you see? The way I spoke the sentence was very different. It showed some strong feeling. So that's why it ended with an exclamation mark. Hooray! Grandpa is taking us out. Feeling of excitement. Again, exclamation mark. So students, today in the class we read about sentence. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. A sentence always starts with a capital letter and it ends with a full stop. We also read about the types of sentences. Now, what are the types of sentences? The first one is assertive sentence, which is also known as declarative sentence. It gives us information. Alright, for example, the sky is blue. So this is just a normal statement. This is just a normal information. So it starts with a capital letter and it ends with a full stop. The second one is negative sentences. So in a negative sentence, we use words like not, no. So usually how we say it, we use words like don't, can't. Okay, don't do this. You can't do this. So words which has not, no, don't, cannot in it, these kind of sentences are negative sentence. Now next one is interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentences, a question is asked in interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences, it begins with capital letter but it ends with a question mark. Negative sentence also, it starts with a capital letter but it ends with a full stop. Okay. So the next one is imperative sentence. Imperative sentence where a request is made or where a command is given. Such sentences are known as imperative sentences. Example, Just now I've told you, ma'am, may I please enter the class? Here a request is made. So such kind of sentences starts with capital letter and it ends with a full stop. The last one is exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences, it shows some kind of strong feelings or emotions. For example, alas, we lost the match. Strong feeling that a person is really upset that because they lost a match. So it shows a strong feeling of sorrow, not sorrow, but somebody is really upset about it. So that's why an exclamation mark is used. So I hope you all understood all of this, whatever we have discussed in class today. So kindly complete your assignment, and again, like I reminded you in the last video also, kindly write your name and class on top of the assignment. And yes, stay safe. That's it. All right, see you in the next video.